Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Our music just died. I really don't know what happened, but y'all mind y'all business anyway. I am Pretty B, and you are joining us for the Bee Sting podcast that we do on the first and third Friday of every month. We're at 3119 Hampton Avenue at Overtime Studios. And somebody's behind me, harassing me one more time. Did you fix it? Can you hear me? Huh? I'm good. All right, tonight in the studio with us, we have... What you want me to call you? You want me to say your real name? Your whole name? We got Brother Terry Hudspith in the building. Yes, we got him in the building. Y'all give him a hand. And we also have Andre Hawkins in the building. He might not talk, he said. So, you know, give him a hand anyway. Okay. Y'all know we like to get on here and talk about real shit that's happening. Shit you got to swallow the hard way. So, you know, hopefully you won't get offended. But if you do, you can kiss my ass, so what? You know what I'm saying? My fucks ran out about 20 years ago. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm a comedian, and we can go there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So tonight we're going to talk about a deep subject. Like I know y'all know I'm known for bullshit and talking a lot of shit, which I'm going to do tonight too. But we're going to be serious for the most part. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of growing up Kojic, Pentecostal, Baptist, whatever you grew up in, because a lot of us grew up in church and it was pretty strict. You know what I'm saying? It was a hard way to go.
It's a hard pressing way.
Oh, it's a hard way. Wringing your hands at the same time.
Shaking your head.
Nervous Nelly. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the pros and cons of growing up in church. Now, we have myself and Terry. We grew up in church. And I mean, when I say we grew up in church, baby.
Yes, man.
If they had a revival 30 nights.
30 nights a week. 30 nights a week.
We had to go to school, come home, get us something to eat, do our homework, and get ready to go to church. And we'll be at church all night long. You go home at 2 o'clock in the morning from church. And got to be up and be at school at like 8 o'clock. Come on.
No homework.
And then they want you to have straight A's in school. You lost your mind, nigga. Can't do that shit. It's too much pressure.
Right.
But on the other hand, we got Andre in the building, but he might not talk because he's he had a death in the family. So y'all keep him held up in prayer.
Oh man.
So he might not say too much.
But
But we have him in the building from the other side. Like, did you go to church at all?
Yes.
Get in the mic.
Yes, I did.
A lot?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Different religions.
Oh, damn.
So I'm diverse.
All right, we're going to get a whole lot out of this on tonight.
All right.
Now, okay. Now, we all know the pros of growing up in church. If you can find some, you know what I'm saying? There's a few. You know, y'all want to call out, Bro Terry? You want to call out a few pros?
Pros, it's just like anything in life. The best thing in life, the worst thing in life is people. And the best thing in life is people.
Yeah,
the church
that part.
Church is absolutely no different. Wonderful people from my childhood. I could name names: Elder Eugene Franks,
all them,
and Mother Scales.
Ooh, you went bite, man.
My Lord.
You done went bite,
Elder Franks come from Fountain Temple, so we talking about way back. Just wonderful, marvelous people. Even more recently, like some beautiful people. Like my best friend is a pastor. We've been best friends for 40 years. The incomparable Mr. Tony Ford, New Spring. Church. Wonderful person. Miss Corinne Henderson, she relocated to Florida, but just wonderful people.
Yes.
That made the experience, bearable.
It made it. Yes. I always tell people they used to ask me, how did you stand going to church so much? Like I had to find shit. That was fun. Like Sister Matt, the evil lady, she was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like she used to talk bad to us. She came to church one day with a long blonde wig on. It shouted all day, like just to be seen. Like it was funny as shit. Like why did you do that? I don't know. She was crazy.
We had one of those, and we're gonna call them eccentric.
That kind. But they ain't got no money.
Right. the late great minister Joe Haynes. On prayer nights, he wouldn't be in the pews. He would go and lay up under the grand piano. The baby grand. He would lay up under there.
For what?
And he would have about 9 instruments.
Oh my goodness.
What they call it? The washboard, spoons, pots and pans. He'd have a tambourine. He would just yell out with the most unorthodox tones.
Oh my goodness, just doing
But
shit.
just a wonderful person. I seen this guy pick up whole refrigerators by himself and tree stumps and crazy stuff like that.
Was he on crack? Because that's crack. That's
we
crack
gonna not talk about these people because they are gone and they can't defend themselves.
Y'all know I'm full of shit. Y'all know
they can't defend themselves.
Wait a minute.
I ain't
get on cracking.
I mean, because
y'all in church, like
crack was in church.
Crack was in church real bad.
We just don't have to say no names.
We just gonna be quiet.
That's all I'm saying. I just wanted y'all to say it since y'all was in church.
Right, yeah, it was there.
That's all.
It was in there. We saw a whole lot of stuff. Like
a whole bunch of stuff.
I mean, I saw some supernatural stuff too.
Yeah.
Like if I told somebody, they would not
believe
what I saw. And I saw it.
That's because y'all know them demons.
They was
there. I'm coming out.
Them false churches.
I was right there.
That stuff was. That stuff is real.
Yeah, real time.
Hey, you said it's false. Did you say false churches?
Yes.
Why you say it's false?
Because they fake.
Like what? Give me specifically what's fake.
Everything.
Come on, man.
He said
you can't get no more cynical about church than me.
Okay.
So I understand that part.
Okay.
But I want to know if since you talking because you said you might not talk.
I talk some
all the time.
Come on, keep going with it, baby.
So now I just want to know what from your experience what was the hard.
Okay, so like I went to church many times. My mother, my grandmother, my other grandmother, and then my uncle. And everybody was in like different religion. And when I got older, I was like, okay, I'm going to dip off into, I got married, I dipped off and okay, me and my wife, we go to church. We go to church, found a nice church. I'm not going to say where it was at, but it was in like University City somewhere.
You done gave it up.
We went to this church. The pastor was like super great. Yeah. But when we went to him to talk to him, to let him know we was interested in joining the church, he didn't do nothing but look at my wife's breasts.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay then.
It happens. I had a preacher praying for me, looking straight at my cleavage. His eyes were not closed. He was looking straight at my cleavage.
He prayed for both of your babies.
Both of my titties. He was praying for my nipples. I'm telling you.
So
both of my titties.
Let's please. I want him to. Were you finished? Because I want.
No, I mean go ahead. You can say whatever.
No. I want to hear yours because I can go. I got.
I got others. But
so did y'all join that church or?
No. I looked at her.
Did you cuss the
she
man
looked
out
at me.
right then? Or?
Man, I'm a gentleman.
Okay, great. No, I was kidding.
You know I'm a gentleman. Huh? Hey, babe. This is not the right one for us.
Right? Yeah.
He's the devil. That mean he taking all their money. Pass the collection plate.
You had a lot of churches like that though. They was taking the money.
3
It was
years
a lot
later.
of people just
That's
taking the
my
money.
subject right there.
Real
How
talk.
many years later?
3 years later, they're millionaires. The church got holes in the roof.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
New pews.
This dude been in the house with me.
Need some new
He knows
windows.
something.
Wait a minute.
He knows something.
Wait a minute. Now you done hit on two subjects.
He knows something. Preacher.
that
He knows
You done hit
something.
on two subjects: the money and these dilapidated buildings.
Wait a
Do
minute.
you know?
What about
go ahead, sir.
What about the pastor and his wife get personal personal parking spots, get nice new cars,
All the time.
new nice houses,
All the time.
but people in there can't even pay their rent.
That part.
Scuffling.
But
that
guess
part.
what?
What?
Pastor can pay his rent
Yeah.
and some, and go get a boat, a camper,
That part.
vacation home,
That part.
take his family on vacation.
That part.
Wow.
I can't pay my rent,
Wow.
can't pay my electric and gas.
Hey, y'all know what? We went straight to the cons, bro. We didn't even have no pros, bro.
Well, we
My
started
bad.
with the people.
My bad. And I
No,
said I wasn't
no.
gonna
You
say
good.
nothing.
You good with me.
I said I wasn't
I'm
gonna say
saying,
nothing.
like,
I started with the pros.
like-
That was the people.
Yeah, it was some good people,
Hey,
but it was
the
like
pros
so many
is-
cons.
I will say this: what I love about church, and as I got older, is when you make in church, you bond like a family.
Yeah.
So you grow together, you learn together,
Man.
you forever together.
Yeah, that part.
You network together.
That part.
That's a positive.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a positive.
Yeah.
My closest friends today are from some of the first days I walked in to that church on Kings Highway. I don't want to say the church
Don't
name.
say no
Don't
name.
say it.
I'm gonna try not to.
Don't say no
You ain't
name.
trying
But
You
the
know, I
guy-
know what you're talking about.
Right, you know, I know.
I know where you were.
I know you know.
Guess what? Now
Wonderful.
everybody else know too.
Wonderful,
Right.
some of the most wonderful. Like I said, my best friend. Been knowing her since I was 11. That's 43 years, 12, 42 years.
Yeah, long periodically.
Yeah, long periodically
Long
time.
periodically.
Most wonderful person in the world, right up next to my father. Like, and my father was high cotton, so preacher, you know. But he was a CPA. He had a job, but he was preach too.
You know.
He kind of preach on the side. But
Did?
you brought up some hot topics.
He did. Like a lot of them. Like,
this-
real quick.
Like, I'm cool with a preacher if they got some money before he start preaching.
Period.
Meaning, you went out here in the business world and you competed.
And I agree because I know some
Yeah,
that
it's
own
real.
churches, but guess what? They was electrician
They would, yeah,
at Chrysler back then,
right,
and that man was a great man. He is a great man.
right. Some of these guys put in the work on what we call white man jobs. Hopefully, I can get away with saying
Put in
that.
a little work for the man.
And then, or they
Say,
tap
you want to
into
say
their
on this
creativity.
motherfucker?
like Pastor Tony. He don't work on that white man's job. He
Yeah.
figured out what he could do to make some money, and he's out here doing quite well at it.
Yeah.
One of the things that he touched on is Brother Andre, right?
Yes, sir.
Right now in this city, there are 3 churches that I know of. Almost, they're not in the same denomination. 2 of them in the same denomination. Where the preacher's been collecting tithes and offerings for 40 plus years.
40 plus years.
And right now,
Making a lot of money.
Neither one of these churches can they have service in it because the building is closed. Because
Ever
the
since
building has
COVID
not
hit.
been taken care of.
Oh my
So
God.
why they ain't just make like a super church like everybody else?
Well, here's the
Ain't got no
deal.
money.
As far as I'm concerned, we can just have one steel building and just go in there.
Need that
My
to
thing
approve.
is how you been collecting all tithes,
Uh-huh.
which is not what
I
they
said he got to live. He got to pay his rent. he gotta pay.
No, rent. It would be different if they were still paying rent.
Well,
Ooh, child.
No.
mortgage.
It would
my
be
bad.
it would be cool if they were paying rent.
child.
But all 3 of these, 2 of these dudes live on 3+ acres.
Hey,
Another one live in a very nice house.
Okay, so look,
in a decent, in the
and I
pretty
ain't trying
decent neighborhood a neighborhood we would all live in. And so my thing is, You've been taking offerings and tithes for 40 years.
40 years.
And you didn't take care of the building?
So, but I'm going to say this, man.
That's a real problem with me.
Problem.
So you've been stealing on top of the fact that the way you've been teaching tithes is erroneous. One day.
He upset. He said erroneous, my nigga.
Not one day in the scriptures. Not one day in the scriptures has tithes been money.
Not one time.
Not one day in the scriptures has tithes ever been money. They took tithes for 3 reasons: for the Levites, the orphans, the poor, this and that, and for the feast. None of it was cash. And let's not confuse ourselves. They had money back then.
They did.
That's why Judas betrayed Jesus. Yeah. For the money. It wasn't for the grain. It wasn't for the wheat.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't for the wheat. It was not for the
wheat. No, it was for the money. And so not only was tithes didn't become money until, the last 40 years when these preachers realized that they can, I can tell them, tithes was the food stuffs back then. Now it's money and tell them to pay. The Bible never told you to pay tithes. Say give.
Post ain't offering. Hey, we had so many offers in church, it was ridiculous.
So
how long do we have a building?
So here's the deal. You took this money lying. And then you still didn't take care of the building?
Still didn't do it. Because you was taking care of yourself, like you said.
Because you was taking care of yourself.
Had a new Cadillac every year and a half.
Hey, so that's
brand new Cadillac.
Man, that's
driving up, parking in the back.
No.
Driving in the back, some rooftop.
Ooh.
Y'all right.
Team with the gangster link. They was stealing.
Yeah.
They was stealing.
They was taking that money.
Okay, listen.
What is it?
I heard this.
Okay, we're going to listen.
But we going to talk about like some real money. Because that's little money.
Oh, no, I got some big money stories
No.
too.
What I mean, we got these churches here in St. Louis where in certain times of year, like Easter, I'm just going to say, this pastor get in a helicopter.
That's ridiculous.
Waving around his head like a helicopter.
To another church.
To fly to another church.
Two super churches here.
To fly to another church.
And then
one South County, one this side.
And then another one in Florida. Don't forget that one.
Hey, flying from one church to another. Wait a minute, hold on.
There, baby.
I don't like that. Hold on. Because what the fuck is even that? How you flying from one church to another? My life was
on a helicopter.
What the fuck is even that?
I'm on my little jet.
Then gonna get in the jet to fly to the church in Florida. He got.
Ooh, child. Ooh, they stabbing some niggas and don't hear on tonight.
Say it again.
Oh, yeah.
Throw some D's on that.
And wait a minute. And since I thought I was a music person for the last 30, 40 years, don't pay his musicians hardly nothing. Most of them for free.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Most of his musicians
free
glad to do
all
it.
Kind of stuff.
They glad. Ooh, I'm over here at such and so and so.
What was that? I wish I would have had my camera turned around.
Hey, you want to buy a DVD?
Got the DVD for sale.
Hey,
so I'm like,
get on DVD.
Really? But let's talk about the big money.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and talk about it, Brother Terry.
So here's another issue.
Come on, Brother Terry.
And listen.
Testify.
I still go to church. I am a church man.
Yeah, I like church. I like it.
I love church.
I like it. Except the politics.
Here's the biggest problem. This is the biggest problem. When it comes, if it's not that I got some money because I'm still working on that, but
give me 10%, 15%.
Here's the deal.
Pay me your tithes.
So how can I say this?
Just spit it out.
Okay, so these guys. No, okay. Let me say this. Right now, in my assessment, almost 50 years of church, over 50 years of church.
Long period of
from a financial perspective. My parents walked in this church in 1973. I was getting ready to be 4 years old.
Dang, I was just getting born.
Right. So and they didn't leave until last October when they moved.
Yeah, right. They was just here.
So right, just here. So I'm like, okay, so y'all get this money, and then y'all get the people to pay the money so you can pay the bills or pay the church off or whatever. This is one of the problems. Mm-hmm. And then when you sell the land or you sell the building, who get the proceeds?
Yeah, what
You don't get you don't hand it back out
He
to
said
no.
it got to be New North Side. We ain't saying no names. We ain't saying no names.
No, we just talking about, but then
for him.
let's go to a grander scale. So that's just one issue. Like, okay, so if they sold the building and they put the money back into a plan to distribute it back to the community in the church, but you got to think, every black church that I know of, since it started, the community that surrounds it has gone in the toilet even the more. There's another church.
Even the more. Oh, hallelujah. I want to bless them even the more. Yes. Amen.
Did I thank God for being here?
Oh,
I didn't thank God for being here.
Oh, yeah.
We thank God for being here.
That's that church slang, huh?
The head of my life. Oh, yeah.
So here's the situation.
Just thank me. That's all.
The thing is, okay, so you selling the building, you get the money, but the people pay for it. People that didn't have nothing. And you twisted their arms with this tithes and this offering to get their last money. And let's look.
Yeah, come on.
We were not taught this. I was 52 years old when I learned this. Bible tells you destroy for 3 different things, but very specifically. Lack of vision, lack of knowledge, and the lack of money. Did you know that the Bible says you're destroyed for lack of money? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that part.
Proverbs 3:10, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know that part.
For the destruction of the poor is their poverty. Now, I had to be 52 years old to find that myself. Why wasn't that preached when I was 3?
Because that wasn't going to get your money.
Hey, so
that wasn't going to get you to stay there.
That's another thing about church I never liked. They tell you go get your riches.
Oh, Lord.
In heaven.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
I'm going to get mine now.
I want it right now.
I'm going to live mine now.
Lord.
Damn it, I want it now.
Oh, Lord.
I want it now.
No,
Damn it, I want it now.
See, that's the hot.
I'm going to live it in heaven then.
To your point.
But I want it now, too.
To your point. So we going to forego money here and forego doing what it takes to get money here.
Yeah.
So we can go to heaven and walk on streets of gold when you could have did what you could have did so you can have some gold down here.
That's another kind of growing up in church.
What?
That shit. They're not teaching you what you need to know.
No.
They're teaching you what they want you to know. And you sitting around stuck in one position in your mind in life until you just snap out of it. Because ain't nobody telling you shit.
Ain't nobody. You got to figure out your own name.
You just wait. Jesus gonna come back and get us all.
Look, man,
don't you do nothing.
I got them. I come from the most wonderful people ever.
Wonderful.
My parents are the greatest. Rest his soul, Dr. Elder George Hudspith, and my mother, Dorotha Hudspith. Wonderful people. My mama told me for years.
My money.
Wait a minute. Is God gonna make it better? Listen, we talking about a God that's, according to the scripture, created evil. I know y'all didn't know that was in there either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he created evil. So why would I wait on him to change what it is that he gave me the power to change?
Keep waiting on
But it's crazy because they'll turn around and tell you at the same time, well, God gave you 10 talents. You had to go out there and multiply these talents. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to come back. So, okay, am I supposed to multiply my talents or sit here and wait, motherfucker? What you want me to do?
So if you keep waiting, it'll never come.
It's not going to come.
You got to go get it.
You're going to be stuck.
You can talk to these.
You got to go get it.
Yeah.
You can talk to some of these older people now.
They stuck.
That raised in church. They still in church.
Yeah.
They will. You have a private conversation with them.
Yeah.
They gonna tell you, I've been waiting on stuff.
Hey,
for Jesus to do stuff for 40 years that I thought he was gonna do 39, 38
And even in the Bible, it said if you make one step, he'll make two. You can't sit your musty ass right there and expect something to come. You got to get your ass up.
Nay.
That's a con.
Is that in the Bible for real?
That's a con right there.
If you make one step, he'll make two.
Yeah.
You got to get up and do something.
No, I know you got to do it.
Faith without works is dead.
I don't want
What you
nobody
talking
coming
about?
at you talking about that ain't in the Bible though.
Faith without works is dead.
Nah, we know that one.
You got to get up and do something.
Exactly.
To make something happen. You gonna sit around and wait on some magical man to give you something?
Right.
Nah.
So the organization that
I can't get a man on earth to give me nothing.
The organization that both you and I came
in. Yeah. You talking crazy.
So the organization that both you and I came up in.
What?
Yeah,
that one. My bad. Sister Jenkins, what the fuck is y'all talking about on my live?
So the prelate that was over that organization. So he built a church, real nice church out in California, and allegedly it costs about $60 million.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Costs a lot of money.
Like I said, we're gonna get to the big money.
Who,
$60 million.
Who gave him that money?
So now you go borrow $60 million from the bank. And then you tell these people to come in and bring this. Now, if you know anything about mortgages, once you do a loan, if you pay that out for the duration of the loan, you're paying back 3 times what you're getting.
Big time.
You paying back 3 times.
Big time.
So if it was $60 million borrowed, that was $180 million paid back of black folks' wealth. Listen, right now, as far as I'm concerned,
they probably didn't structure that deal like that.
How you figure they structured it?
They probably took that money, started
fuck you
a trust, fuck you, borrowed against that money, and put it in insurance policy so that the money would grow, compound interest.
You think the church did that?
Oh yeah, whoever financed it, whoever did the deal, if it's that kind of money, they took that money. They kept that money. They put that money in a trust. They borrowed against that money, so it was still their money. And then everybody else paid that money back.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
but this is why I don't think it went like that. Let me get in the mic.
No,
this is why I don't think it
went. Get in the mic. You got to talk in the mic.
Right.
You
don't think like that is because about
17,
18 years, let's say 12 to 18 years after they built the church, they were still having mortgage burning collection. I mean, mortgage, raising money to pay the mortgage.
No. They need to pay their bills.
That's crazy.
No, they were saying we collecting this money so we can get rid of the mortgage.
I know, right?
18 years later, 15 years later.
Guess what? And it'll be 30 years later.
Now, I think they paid it off, though. It took about
40 years later.
Right. But that's why I say I really believe they paid that 3 times the borrowed amount out. Now, you look at $180 million worth of black money. $180 million of black money snatched out to go back to the central banking system.
Hey, I'm telling you,
they
played with their money before they did anything.
Now, of course they did.
And not that I'm saying you wrong, but I'm just saying, even if they did collecting all that money, like you got to be. Where do you account to the people for 60, 80, $100 million that you snatched from them? And so my point behind all this, for real, if we're gonna be intelligent, we really need, in the black church in particular, I think they took more money from white people for real because white people had more money. But in the black church, we need to really have a conversation about what was the financial impact of the black church to the black community? And in my opinion, the financial impact of the black church on the black community is equivalent to that of the financial impact of weed, Jordans, and alcohol.
And paying taxes, baby.
Amen.
Weed, taxes, baby.
But at least with the weed, Jordans, and alcohol,
yeah, you felt something.
You got something on your feet,
you
felt something.
You got something to show for it. You know what I mean?
You chiefers, y'all got something that you can talk on.
Got a little something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean.
Bro, what you get when you keep on giving all your last money to church?
Okay, I got a question.
A bad experience.
Okay,
that's
so what was the average tithes that they want?
Jesus! You to play? Let's stop talking about that.
Wait a minute, no. Because I know it's a percentage.
Yeah.
And it's based off of your salary of what you make. So if you make 300, they may want 30 of yours.
They did.
But if I made 5,000, 6,000.
They wanted their 500, 600. They want their money.
It was more than 10% because they had tithes and off.
Yeah. See what I'm
saying?
Where
I came from,
I'm making a killing.
Hey, that's what I want to know. Like, what are the numbers?
I ain't even gonna lie. I spent a lot of time.
The hard and fast number that was put on us like a hard taskmaster was 10%.
10%.
Now I'm gonna show you where I come from. Same organization but different churches. Where I grew up, he had a board. And if you didn't pay your tithes,
he put your name on there.
He put your name on that board.
Oh, that's disgusting, bro.
Hey.
He put your name on that board.
Hey.
And
he would never want to do nothing wrong. Because I would definitely be there to blame.
Oh, they was always doing something wrong.
I would take pictures.
You was definitely gonna take pictures because they was always doing something. Oh my God.
So
oh my God,
he would never put my name on that board.
Oh man. It was absolutely atrocious.
Man.
And unfortunately, unfortunately, this person is related to my children by blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now I'm finna get sued.
Oh no, I ain't saying no name.
That's because they got good sense, Lord. Lord be saying it's 10%, but you have those that are making $100K and only pay $10. That's because they got good sense.
Right.
Hey,
because they got better stuff to do.
Give me all your money. You don't need all my money. Go get your own money.
First of all,
exactly.
If we talking about an all-seeing, all-knowing God, why does he need me to give my money to finance what he told you to do?
Come on, preacher.
Wait a minute. Bill Gates, he got money from people too to build his company.
Surely
but
did.
Guess what? He created about 150 millionaires in doing so.
And he did.
And about 4 or 5 billionaires.
And he did.
Yeah, but we still can't pay.
If we had preachers that were more concerned or just as concerned about getting money into the people's pockets, as they are about getting it out of the church would be thriving
instead of picking out a part of the Bible that you want to get somebody stuck on, which is retarded. Oh my goodness.
So it's a touch and go thing. Like it's really, really crazy. And we got people that still want you to maintain these models. Don't want you to ask no questions.
Right.
Don't want you to be like, wait a minute, what is he doing over here?
Right.
Don't want you to say, well, how is this benefiting this surrounding community? Because like I said, you can't point to be a black church that's in the community where since that black church been there, that community didn't go on the ground.
I gotta say, because like church is supporting community, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all know why I went to church. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I got something to say. Now, the church supposed to support the community. And the community is supposed to feel welcome at the church and shit, right? So, in front of our church, we have these. We had these little pillars. They was real small enough for you to just, you walk by, you sit down. Now, we in the city. So, a lot of people just sat down, which is good. You know what I'm saying? You closer to the church, you might be able to slide in. My pastor didn't want them sitting there. So. This nigga.
This Noggles.
This nigga went
and
broke up some glass.
Are you serious?
And glued it to the top of the pillars outside.
Just so he didn't want nobody to sit down.
You mean in an attempt to be decorative? You mean?
No, stay off here.
So you can cut your A. I can't cuss because my mama might be listening one day, and my son and daughter probably listen to. So you can cut your A.
If that's not the devil,
that is
I don't know what it is.
Evil.
I knew right
just
then.
Because somebody want to sit down.
That's devil. I knew right then. I knew right then and there.
You made the wrong decision.
Oh, nigga. I'm taking my money and I'm going to the candy store next door because you tripping.
Yes.
I ain't finna do it.
Oh, that is horrible.
It was crazy. Everybody had to feel like, what are you doing?
And so it came out of his mouth what he was doing? Yeah. Or you just knew what he was
doing? Did he do it himself?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. We left church, and the next time we went back, it was glass. Now we didn't sit up there.
Glass for your A.
Glass in your ass. You might want to walk on past.
That's crazy, Nate.
Stuck in your butt. Stop playing.
Butterlicious, baby.
Woo! You talking about a bloody booty hole?
Nay, that's
what?
Horrible.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just wanted to tell that story because that's what
evil,
I thought about.
Man, that is evil.
Because that was not good for the community. You know what I'm saying?
And so
they weren't doing nothing but just maybe sit down, taking a break, sit down, went on the bus because we was in
and life is hard enough for black people than for you to be going out putting glass where somebody sit down at. Ain't life hard enough?
He did that shit. I was hollering.
He don't think so.
I was hollering.
So I wanted to.
You don't know what to do.
I want to kind of turn the corner a little bit, but we can come back to the cons. But I want to go to the pros, before we run out of time.
Okay, wait, we got.
Oh no, okay. Whatever the time we got.
Go ahead.
And so,
okay, you gonna say some pros now?
Well,
right, like right now.
I think some things that I think should be different going forward.
Okay, here we go now. We finna talk about some positive things. Now we done ran them down a lot. Right. Y'all know, and I just want to say another kind is motherfuckers always talking about you going to hell because you gay. Bitch, you fat. And in the Bible it say you can't be motherfucking fat. It say glutton is a motherfucking sin, bitch. So your fat ass going to hell too. I want you to know that too. While you going out to eat every day after church, you motherfucking fat. You going to hell too. Okay, we gonna say some problems.
No, since you brought that up,
yeah,
I think to be dogmatic about this person going to hell, that person going to hell, this, that, and the other, I think it'd be real wise for somebody to read the version of the Bible other than the one that was handed to you.
Right,
like you didn't go do
just
no research.
one book. Yeah,
you didn't go read
all of them.
You didn't study the Aramaic. You didn't even study the Greek. But you know exactly what God gonna do to people after you gone for 1,000 years.
You know what the red letters say, don't you?
Right.
Bring me red letters.
So I'm like, and people like rest in peace, Carlton Pearson.
I know your fat ass went to Shoney's. That's why your fat ass ain't going to heaven. You ain't gonna float, you fat motherfucker. Me and you gonna be down here holding hands, nigga. We ain't going no motherfucker way. Shit.
So rest in peace, Carlton Pearson. I think though his take on the Bible, not to say it was wrong or right or whatever, but I think the fact that he made the effort to go study something other than what was handed to him, a version that was not, he went and studied, but he looked at that one and said, okay, let me try to put that to the side and see, go a little deeper. The fact that he actually went deeper, to me, qualifies him to speak on some of the stuff, because what he said, some of the things he said was that when he went and studied the Aramaic and the Greek, he said this version here was pitted with errors. That's a phrase he used, pitted with errors.
Pitted.
So
that's down off, deep off in there, if y'all don't know what that is.
So for somebody to say this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, like, you know, you don't even know where we came from. So how can you be so sure where we going?
You don't know.
And then you so sure about somebody that you don't know from another culture that got another belief that's just as strong to them as yours is to you. You know for sure. And I'm not trying to convince nobody to think different, but you know for sure the guy in the Congo that's Muslim, he going to hell.
Hey, that's kind of. What's where
and then that's judging. You can't do that.
Right. Hey, but also he brought up a good subject of where you come from. You know, we are the only people that don't know where we from.
Ain't that fucked up?
When I say my last name, I say it. But other cultures, when they say their name, they say it and pop their collar.
With pride.
With very much pride.
Yes,
and I'm from here, and I'm from there, and we do this, 100 years of this, and I'm like, damn.
Right.
I know my great-granddaddy.
Somebody was picking some cotton about 100 years ago. That's all the fuck I know.
We lost.
Lost as fuck.
That's a good subject, like where we come from.
Man.
You brought a good subject up.
That's something else the church needs to teach.
We don't even know. We don't even know where we come from, but we know where that dude is going.
But we was only adapted to these religions because we came and they wanted control. It's a control thing.
I was trying to get off this radio without saying something really, really crazy.
You can't. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now.
It's a control thing.
The beast thing is what it is. When you tune in to hear somebody bound to get the motherfucker stung, and I ain't got nothing to do with it. If you don't want to get stung, you take your toes off the track. We'll run them bitches over.
Hey.
Watch this.
The
Bible was given to us.
I don't give a fuck.
Period.
The Bible was given to us. Let's just make that one. Nobody that's walking around saved and sanctified.
You can research it now.
And
find out when it was created.
Exactly.
Who wrote it?
It say slaves obey your masters in there. I'm through with it.
Now watch this. So it was given to us, and you got a question. Okay, it was given to us for what reason? I got my own.
50 years ago.
I come up with my own, kind of perspective.
Facts, Terry.
So watch this. In every corner of the world you go to, okay, let's just get down with it. The place you go to do your dirtiest dirt.
Your dirt.
The hotel room.
That part.
You open that drawer.
It be
it's got that Gideon Bible.
It be in there, don't it? It be right there for you to read.
Watch this. It's my personal belief that the only reason that most people that claim holiness, Jesus, whatever they claim. The only reason they know about them is because that Bible was propagated and proliferated throughout the world for the sole purpose of leading all the money back to the central banking system, because that's the best way they got to control.
A setup. Definitely a setup.
That's the best way they got to control.
You get into a deep subject, and I love to get into that.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
But
we got like
it's not about that tonight.
We got like 10 minutes.
No,
we got like 10 minutes.
Because I was trying to get off it.
We're gonna have to have a part 2.
I'm like, dang.
We're gonna have to have a part 2 because this show was lit. We got to have a part 2 of this shit.
Brother Andre, they whole thing is to separate you from your power.
It is.
Your first power is your health.
It is.
And your wisdom.
It is.
Your second power is your money.
It is.
And they using the church. This is one of the problems I got with black church. Even though I think they took more wealth from white people. They using this church and these preachers as agents to separate people from their power, which is that money. Imagine a community. Let's say any section of North St. Louis you wanted to. Any section with a church on it in it. Imagine if that money that was taken out of the church through the church back into the bank, back into the central banking system, was reinvested right there within a 10-block radius. Do you know what that would have done for cities all over this country? Okay. You wouldn't have the foolishness you got going on.
But it's a separation problem.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it's a church on every corner, a liquor store on every corner. So how come we got so many churches? Everybody's not united. And if you Pentecostal, you Pentecostal. You Baptist, you Baptist. So how come everybody just can't make one big church? Oh, wait a minute, my bad. The pastor's got to get paid.
Period.
Somebody got to make money.
And where they getting that money from?
Yeah.
They getting it from the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
So
the people that need it the most. The people that they should really be serving, not by pulling money out of them, throwing some scriptures around, by bringing solutions. And unfortunately, in the black community, if you're not addressing this wealth gap, if you're not addressing this wealth issue, if you're not addressing the fact that in 2016, watch this. Do you know in 2016, 40% of the black men between 18 and 60 had zero income?
Whoa.
I can believe
zero income.
I can believe
40% black men between either 16, 18, and 60. I think it was 62 years old. Zero income. If you black preachers not addressing that, turn your mics off.
They might well cut them off, but that's not what they're going to do.
And close the doors for real.
They're going to tell you
because you ain't doing nothing.
They're going to tell you that Jesus is going to return at any minute. You better keep your head on the swivel. You better make sure you give me your money. Don't come to me talking about your light bill. I don't worry about your kids is hungry.
And let me put these hands on you.
Yeah.
They'll tell you that.
I'm going to touch your wife. I'm going to touch your daughter. I'm going to touch your daughter's daughter. I'm going to touch your
son
sister and your son. I'm going to catch everybody and do any and everything because you ain't paying attention because you too busy here giving me your money and scooting your skirt up and down the aisle trying to be cute with this big ass hat on.
But I don't understand.
Gotcha.
Well, they have to feel like they celebrities.
Right. Get somewhere and sit down.
The first ladies think they celebrities.
They do.
They think they more important. Yeah. And they above anybody.
That was Love and Hip Hop before Love and Hip Hop. Like for real.
Say again.
The church. The church was Love and Hip Hop before Love and Hip Hop was Love and Hip Hop.
Truly it was.
Like for real.
Yes, ma'am.
It was all about who got the biggest hat.
And it's still like that.
It's still like that. Running up to sit on the front seat. Can't nobody hear that. You blocking my blessings, bitch. Your hat too big.
I thought it was a fashion show. See, we ain't even touch on everything.
We did. Because we got to have a part 2. We're going to have a part 2 because this shit was lit.
Church is a fashion show. Who going to look the best?
No,
every Sunday.
Here's the deal. I don't really have a problem with that. I really, really don't have a problem. You want to dress up in your nicest stuff?
Through Friday, though?
Say it again.
How do you look Monday through Friday?
I mean, you know, this is me. I go to church like this. Do I have shoes in the closet?
That's different.
I'm cool.
That's different if you go
like. But I'm cool with the people putting on expensive thises and that.
Thises and that.
I mean, when I say people, I mean the parishioners. That's what I mean. No, you as the preacher. I done heard preachers brag about $800 cufflinks. Nigga, $800 cufflinks. I done heard preachers brag about.
Hey, they should put that on the board. Put that on that board.
Put that on that board while you got my name up there.
My car is an exotic car. I got, it's a luxury.
Put that on the board.
I just don't let anybody ride in my car. Because God has blessed me.
Bring the people solutions, sir, ma'am.
Okay.
Bring the people solutions. We done accepted these preachers when they need money. They come to us. When we need money and go to him, he tell us to go to God.
Told you to go to God.
But then worse than that, when he come to us and get our money from us, he tell us that God gave it to him.
Nigga,
so
how?
who the fool?
I could have swore I dug off of my
I know. I just wrote you a check.
I know I did.
From my McDonald's money that I was earning when I was 18
trying to figure out a nice way to say it.
Ain't no nice way.
Ain't no nice way.
This is called the bee sting for a reason. A motherfucker is gonna get the motherfucker stung around her, okay? We ain't saying shit that's nice. We ain't doing that.
All I'm saying is your words are powerful. So I gotta be careful what I say from now on in life.
I mean, but I want to hear. Figure out a nice way to say what you want to say.
I'm thinking about it.
You got like 5 minutes.
Because I want to hear it.
4 minutes.
Maybe it'd be on part 2.
Oh yeah. Okay. I told her.
We definitely got to have a part 2 because she was lit. It's a lot more to say. Like
it's a whole lot more to say.
This is a deep subject. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in church, and I guess y'all grew up in church too. Well, I know you grew up in church, and I ain't know you.
Man, I played around in church.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how it was so hypocritical.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fake people and how they can smile in each other's face and talk about each other behind their back.
Right this next
Real
second.
fast.
I didn't like
right
that.
The next second.
That is not brotherhood, sisterhood.
No, it is not.
That is not. No, I'm not cool on that.
Yeah.
Nah, and as far as I'm concerned, and this is like I can't state it enough. We got baby boomers still here. And they're looking at young black people on the streets doing what they consider to be foolishness. And a lot of it is. But you got to understand, y'all went into the companies when the white people were made to hire y'all.
Yes.
You stayed there and you retired.
Yes. And
you didn't build your children, grandchildren, nieces, great nieces. No, you didn't build nothing for them. But then you taught your next generation to go get an education, get a job. But guess what? White people tired of creating jobs for us.
Shit. You gotta make your own.
That's why you do your own.
You have to.
So you gotta hustle. And so like right now, we gotta hustle. Yeah. Ain't no option for us to hustle. To be totally honest, for our parents' generation, it wasn't no option.
Hey, that's a whole other subject. Because I left $120,000 job a year and started my own.
Yes, sir.
Bam.
So,
yes, sir. Did y'all hear that?
To be said.
Say it again, Andre. Say it again. Say it again.
I quit.
Say it again.
$120,000
job. Yes, sir.
And started my own.
It can be done, y'all.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Oh, and I'm still scuffling and bringing up the rear.
Scratching and surviving.
But no, it's been a 20-year journey for me.
Yeah.
It cost me a whole lot.
Yeah.
But like he said, I had a job. I was making $42 an hour. But I saw my kids 4 days a month.
Yeah.
Because I was
you was tired.
In Chicago, in New York, in Florida, in San Jose, California.
Yep.
No good.
And I'm like,
no good.
Oh, no.
No good.
I can't do that.
That's a whole nother subject, too, because I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family, because I worked that job. Wow. I could never show up for events. Everybody invited me, and I could never make it there.
Right. And so the reason I brought that up is because in the black community where there's a gathering of black people, there needs to be a gathering and the release of solutions. Period. And so since we got the captive audience going on right there, let's roll out the ideas.
Let's do it.
To bring the wealth to these people that have been so financially vulnerable, and so had so much is taken from them, unfortunately, with the same color faces they got.
That part.
So I
hit a lot of shit on the head, like for real. We're gonna have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we gotta do part 2.
We have to figure out where we're gonna do it because it's on the 1st and the 3rd Friday.
Right.
So we have to figure out we're gonna do a part 2.
I'm with it.
So y'all come back like
yeah, we got to. Yeah, we got to.
This was a good conversation.
We're gonna see.
Hey,
a lot of we didn't even say. I know nobody said half the shit.
I know that
they wanted to say because it's a lot. for an hour. We have a lot of time.
Right.
But baby,
we have to do better.
We got to do better as a people.
Have to do better as a people. And
since
they're the leaders,
they're not really leaders.
Wait
a minute now.
Okay, y'all.
We only got 3 minutes, man.
Y'all done started over.
They false.
No, you're right, Brother Andre.
They false.
Because leaders bring solutions.
False prophets. They can't even be a boss.
Wow.
They can't lead.
Wow.
They can't instruct.
Wow.
That's why so many of them.
And there's some decent ones, like I said. My pastor is wonderful person, but when he get past that, it's not too many people I'm gonna stand up for. And
there you go.
You
go.
And some of my friends, but I think they still doing the kind of. I think they error. Yeah. Or at least they need to go back and. I believe imagination is everything. Where you may lack in intelligence, if you know how to tap into your imagination, you can beat somebody's intelligence. And the problem is these people are not tapping into that intelligence. Not at all.
Not at all. This is living day by day, like they was talking. We're going to live paycheck to paycheck. We ain't going to never have shit.
I'm talking about the so-called leaders, the preachers. They ain't no imagination.
They worry about themselves.
Right. So they need to come. They need to do better. Period.
And
then the people
if you want to
will do better.
lead. If you're going to lead.
If you're going to lead. And lead by bringing solutions. Period. If you're not bringing solutions, you're not the leader.
Stop coming up Pete face talking about, come on in and give me 10% of everything you make. Like,
exactly.
nigga, I just made this $30 on the side job. You want $3? You mean you want $3 of my $30? That's
Gangster,
the fuck you
baby.
telling me?
They the second gangsters.
Well, they can suck the crack of my ass. All right, listen. This has been the Bee Sting podcast, and we have had a good time on tonight. I know y'all enjoyed this conversation. You done had a wonderful time for a long period of quality time.
In the law.
Yes.
We want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank Brother Terry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
For joining us. We also gonna thank Brother Andre. He wasn't gonna say nothing, but he said a whole lot of shit. Thank you for coming, Andre. This is a touchy subject, but we made it work. And y'all thank y'all for tuning. We all tune in. The third Friday, we'll be back on this motherfucker, entertaining y'all, and we out. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one. Be safe.
Have a good night, good people.
Yes, ma'am.
Drive safety.
Great blessings.
Don't eat no chitlins.
It's that shit corny.